The year is 2059. Back in 2050, endeavoring to be carbon neutral, manufacturers produced hundreds of millions of electric vehicles to replace fossil fuel cars, trucks, etc. Sadly, this had consequences. The power grid couldn't stand the demand of the new EV cars and the commuters who drove them. Across the world, power grids went down. On top of this, the ecological disaster of mining lithium from the ocean floor and disposing of solar panels and batteries when they aged out had disastrous consequences for the entire world. Electricity was rationed while highways were jammed with EVs as they no longer could be charged. How would people travel to and from work? Without electrical devices to entertain mankind, people more and more wanted to get outside and away from it all. But how? Highways were jammed, and what roadways were open were quickly deteriorating. How could people get away from it all? Thus the advent of Wasteland Tours and their monster buses. A group of builders from northern New England and Canada developed these buses that would go wherever they were needed. With large stockpiles of oil due to the lessening demand, there was plenty of fuel reserves to use. The monster buses could drive over the EVs, blocking the highways, and get people where they needed to go. They could crush zombies that got in the way and transport large quantities of maple sugar and maple syrup, blueberries and potatoes wherever there was a need. This is the story of one of those builds. Hey, welcome back to the Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop. Today on our turntable, we have a surfing school bus. This is going to be the casting that I use for the Diecast International Builders November Build Any Bus. And I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. I found this in the tote that I have a whole bunch of diecast cars. It's just an old one there. And when I was going through, there was several different buses, and I kind of just settled on this one. But anyways, let's get it in the shop and take it apart and see what we've got. All right, here we are in the shop. We have got our surfing school bus all torn apart. Still not quite sure what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I'm going to do some type of post-apocalyptic type of a build with this one. Again, it's got the bus feel, gold base. Those wheels will go. We'll figure out something else. It's got a gold-plated engine insert, seats, and of course the yellow plastic windshield. And so we got each of those things, those items, and we're going to take some time just to kind of think a little bit about it and see what I want to do. But I'm really leaning towards a post-apocalyptic build. So let's move on. Okay, here's my bus. I've got it all cleaned up, taken apart. I decided I'm going to do like a Gaslands theme. I've got a lot of things started. I already put the screening in there across the windows, across the back. There's usually a motor and surfboard sticking out of the back of this bus, but I put a piece of metal over that, kind of look like a metal plate that's there, and put the rest of that screening in there. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what I'm looking at so far. Let's move on. Well, I've done a little bit of detailing on my Wastelands bus. I took in painted and chromed the stacks, and I'll be doing a little bit more weathering on them when I get an opportunity. I took and painted and weathered the rocket launchers for the bus. Those are just something I got from a dollar store. You get those little accessory kits for different Gundam characters or other things like that. I did that. And then the base, basically it's the base of the bus, but then I got this other base off another cheap dollar store, 4x4 monster truck type of a thing. And I glued that to the bottom. I did have to, you can see in there that I had to put a piece of plastic in there to make it so it sat, and it fixed really well. And I've weathered the tires and a little bit of the drive train and stuff underneath there. Well, let's get this thing put together. And here's my entry for the Diecast International Builders November 2023 Build Any Bus build. It's a wasteland tour bus taking tours to the post-apocalyptic world. It's built from a Hot Wheels Surf school bus. I used a screen to replace the windows. I added the monster truck base from a dollar store truck. The rocket launches are from an accessory pack from a dollar store Gundam style kit. The steel panels are made from an old tin can. The exhaust stacks are some 3D printed ones that Andrew from Maple Leaf Customers sent me. I made the Wasteland Tour decals with my inkjet printer and clear water slide paper and several coats of matte clear from a spray can. I had a lot of fun with this build, and I want to thank the Diecast International Builders for hosting this build. I hope you'll check out all the other bus builds. And as always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.